Good morning and welcome to Sigma Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I want to start with, how mindful do you think you really are? As a boss, as a leader, as a human being, how mindful do you think you're being? I think a lot of times we automatically want to jump to I'm super great at it. I'm always paying attention. I'm fully in the room. But when we're really looking at it, is it actually showing up that way? One of the things that I have recognized throughout my career, both as a leader and as somebody on the other side of the table, is we're not as mindful as we think we are, especially in the world today that we live in, where it's so busy and so fast-paced. So when we talk about what kind of leader we are mindfully, one of the examples I like to give is that many years ago, I had a supervisor, and although she would be in the room with you and she would be listening, she would constantly be on her phone. Her phone would go off, she would look at it, she would look away, you would be telling her, something that felt very important to you, and she would be distracted. And for somebody like myself, whose love language is time is a really big deal to me, and I think in general, it's a pretty big deal to a lot of people. We have a tendency to look up to our leaders. We have a tendency to look up to our bosses. And when we feel like they're not hearing us and they're not paying attention, that feels terrible. That does not feel good. So what I'm talking about when I say mindful isn't just that you're sitting in the room and you're like, well, I heard everything they said, or I can relay back to them if they asked me. What did it look like? Did it look like you were paying attention? Did it look like you were showing up at all? And realistically, did it look like you cared? Because I think that's hard too. And I know as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, the amount of things in a day that we have going on, especially behind the scenes, that most people don't see, it is really hard sometimes to sit there and mindfully track what somebody's telling you and give your all to paying attention and to hearing them and to recognizing that what they're talking about is important. So this leads into, how do we actively listen? This is something that I can generally say has taken me a lot of work. I tend to be very fast-paced. I joke all the time that I'm like a hummingbird on methamphetamine. I'm always thinking fast, I walk fast, I talk fast, I drive fast. So for me, active listening, even as a therapist, has not always been easy. I have a tendency to be problem solving while people are telling me things, and that's not active listening. Because all I'm doing really is waiting for the moment for me to say, here's how you fix that, or here's the solution to that problem. And that's not great, right? Because a lot of times, realistically, nobody wants my advice. Nobody wants the solution. They just want to be heard. That's what active listening is, right? That's where you're sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like that was really hurtful. And I'm sorry that happened to you. And that's as simple as that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be the problem solver or the fixer. But at the end of the day, you're definitely paying attention to what somebody said, relaying it back to them of like, oh, okay, so it sounds like that didn't work, or the way I explained that last week didn't help you at all. And I'm really sorry. So tell me, what more do you need from me? And as a leader and as an entrepreneur, it's really hard sometimes to set that time aside. And it's okay to say at the beginning of your day, can you take a second and really look at, what is my day going to look like today? So I know where I have the time. I know where I have the capability to sit with somebody and actively listen without having to worry about anything else, without having to feel like I got to fix things or do something. Where can I show up the most effectively? And the other thing that I would really have you guys work on or think about doing is something I teach clients to do too, especially when it comes to boundaries and being a people pleaser, where you're very quick to say yes to things. It's a 3-second rule. It's a 3-second pause. You can use jewelry that you're wearing or a watch. So you just move it around 3 times, very slowly. Sorry guys, we just got a kitten and he definitely thinks it's his turn to play. But anyway, so you move it around 3 times. And once you've gotten to that 3rd wraparound, then you can make your decision. Then you can say, yes, I want to do that, or no, that sounds like the absolute worst idea I've ever heard in my entire life. Because again, if you're a people pleaser, if you have a tendency to be a fixer, you have a tendency to jump to those things. So I'll give you an example. If, let's say, somebody comes to you and says, hey, so-and-so is really unkind to me, working with them has been really difficult, could you please help me? Instead of just jumping to it and be like, oh my God, yes, I'll be right there. You can take a 3-second pause and you can just say, okay, can you tell me more about what's going on with the situation so that I can help teach you how to handle this? This goes back to other videos where I've talked about delegating and people pleasing. When we are people pleasers, we have a tendency to be a yes person. We have a tendency to say, yep, I'll go talk to them right now. I'm going to fix this. Everything's going to be fine by the end of the day. But now that person hasn't learned anything. And if another conflict comes up, they're going to come straight to you and you're going to have to take care of it. You haven't taught them how to delegate. You haven't taught them anything, right? Other than you're the only person that can fix things. So taking that 3 seconds to think about it and say, yeah, you know what? Why don't we sit down and tell me what's going on and I'll help you figure out how you can go back and handle that situation. And great, now they've learned. Or it goes to crap and they still have to come back to you and you still have to help, but you're helping in a way that's teaching them to fish rather than fishing for them. And I think, again, this is a really big area where we have to continue to work on, even as your boss, even as a leader. I don't have to fix everything for you. I can help teach you how to do those things, and it will be even more effective down the road. So, what did we learn today? We learned to take a pause in the morning, especially, and just say, what do I have today? What do I have going on? And do I have the capacity to sit with people and be with people mindfully? And if the answer is no, that's okay. But be clear on that. Express that, because that's how people learn how to be good leaders as well, is by watching you be a good leader. So take a minute, look at what your day is going to look like. And when you're with the people that work underneath you, work for you, work with you, even your family, how are you showing up mindfully? How are you actively listening and showing that, like, what you're telling me matters to me, it matters to you, and I want you to know that I hear it. It's not just a box I'm checking off, but I actually care. Because when you do that, it really does show people how much they matter to you and that they're not just a cog in the wheel. So I want you to take some time today, work on that stuff, see if it helps, and let me know. Please like and share and comment and let me know. Did these work out for you? Were they the absolute worst ideas you've ever heard? Or are they ones you've tried and they didn't work so well? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.